Some of the girls feel like automatically I have an advantage over them because I'm awesome and, you know, I totally have it going on.
What's good, friends, family? Welcome back to my channel. So today, you guys, we have a southern delicacy, you guys. This is my take on the New Orleans style red beans. If you did not know, I am from New Orleans, so let's get into it. So first, I want to show you guys the brand that I'm using for red beans. This is the Camellia Brand, and honestly, I don't know what other brand you would be using, but this one is a New Orleans staple, and I'm using the 1 pound, which honestly, don't be confused by the package because it'll really last you a whole week, especially for 2 people. And so right now, I am putting water over the red beans. And we are doing this because we are going to be placing these into the refrigerator because you want to soak your red beans, you guys, at least for 24 hours minimum. And honestly, I did mine for 48. So I want to show you guys the difference of what it looks like once they've been soaked. So you can see that they've stretched out a little bit, and it does make a difference, but that's just me. Okay, so I'm going to start off with everything that I'm going to be using. So like I said, this is the Camellia red beans, and I'm going to be using the 1 pound. And like I said, this is a New Orleans staple, you guys. So if you haven't tried these, definitely give them a try. Then I'm going to be using the Guidrys fresh cuts. You guys, this is a Creole blend of a lot of different things: celery, yellow onion, green onion, parsley, bell pepper, garlic. It is perfect because you don't have to sit up and spend time cutting stuff up, and you know it's blended to perfection. Also, you want to get you some andouille sausage. Any brand will do. Honestly, you guys, it was the holidays and that's all they had in the store. I usually get a different brand, but that's all I had. Okay, and then also you want to get you some pork. I want some pork ham hocks, and then also I'm gonna be doing some fried chicken wings, and this is just the batter that I'm gonna be using. And then of course, you know we're doing cornbread. Like, we're not doing red beans without cornbread. Like, let's be for real. And I'm gonna be showing you guys that as well. Okay, so these are the spices. I have some hot sauce, you guys, Tabasco. It is optional. Bay leaves. You want to get you some Cajun seasoning, Creole seasoning, or you can use the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, black pepper, and ground sage, you guys. So just to show you, if you want to take a screenshot before you go to the store, this is your moment to do it. This is the moment. And then for the cornbread, we're going to be using butter. We're also going to be using eggs, and then we're also going to be using milk. So I don't drink regular milk, you guys. I use oat milk. So if you're like, girl, what is that? That's oat milk. You don't have to use it. You can use regular milk. That's just something I choose to do. Cinnamon, and then also some vanilla extract. You don't have to use a cinnamon or vanilla. It's just something I'm adding in there, you guys. It's for a little taste, a better taste. But you do not have to use it. If you're like, girl, I'm not using that, you don't have to. Okay, so if you want to take another screenshot of everything, this is all that I'm using. Okay, so it is 2 days later. And we are pulling out the red beans. I want to show you guys what they look like after 2 days. So 48 hours, they've been soaking in my refrigerator, uncovered. And this is what they look like. As you can see, they are stretched out a little bit, a lot of bit actually. And they're looking pretty good. And this is what they should look like. Even after 24 hours, you will definitely see a difference. Don't feel the pressure to soak for 48 hours, you guys. Okay, so now we are going to take the red beans that we took out the refrigerator. We're going to pour them into a drainer because we don't want to use the same water to wash them off, because that water has been sitting, in the refrigerator and it's been soaked up by the beans. So we want to go ahead and wash the beans before we start to cook, you guys, because who want to have dirty beans? Like I said, you can't eat at everybody's house, y'all. So you understand what I'm saying? And so that's why we're going to wash the beans, and we're going to make sure we shake out the excess water, and that's what the drainer is for. And then we're going to move on to how we start prepping the beans. This is so exciting, you guys. If you've never made red beans before, if you're watching this video for the first time, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that mixture. And I wanted to say, if you don't have this access to Guidrys, please feel free to cut up all of the seasonings that is included in this if you would like to. I just have access to the Guidrys, and so it was just easier for me to grab that. So what I'm doing now is I added about 25% of the package into the pot, and I have the pot on medium heat, and I'm gonna cook this for about 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes are up, we're gonna go ahead and add some minced garlic. I'd say about a teaspoonful or about a tablespoonful of garlic, or however much you would like. This is your meal. This is your meal. I don't want to tell everybody what to do, but this is what I did. So this is about how much minced garlic I threw in there, and I cooked that down for about a minute. So now we are going to just stir this a little bit before we move forward to our next step. And then we're going to be moving right along. All right, so now that this is all cooked down, we're gonna go ahead and add our washed beans into the pot. And I just wanna let you guys know, if you're trying to figure out what pot to use, this is about a 7-quart pot. And so I wouldn't use a gumbo pot for this unless you're trying to cook for like a large group of people, or you're trying to have like a plate giveaway or whatever. But I would say just your standard big pot that you have in your kitchen will probably do. So now we are going to go in with some water, and I used about 8 cups of water because I wanted my water to cover the beans. It is a preference thing. If you want to have it to where it's just right up under it, just like almost right above it, you can do that. But I wanted mine to be fully covered because I wanted to make sure I had enough to serve. And so as you can see, I'm just adding in that water here now. So this is about how much water I added. So after you have added in your water, you want to make sure to turn this up to medium-high heat because you want to get this to a boil. So now that we have our water, I'm gonna go in with our ham hock, and I'm gonna place that deep into the beans, and this is gonna cook. You are able to eat the ham hock. You don't have to eat it if you don't want to. I personally use it for the salt that it gives the beans. And I just use it for taste. I don't eat it, but that's just my preference. I'm gonna go in now with the bay leaves. The bay leaves gives the red beans a great taste. It just makes everything taste better. It stretches the taste and just gives it more flavor. So I have very tiny bay leaves, so I'm gonna go in with about 4 or 5. But if you have big bay leaves, I would definitely recommend just using 2. If you see me dropping in a lot, it's because, like I said, this was not a great batch of bay leaves. They gave me these teeny tiny ones. So I'm just gonna go in with however many I feel is best. And then now we're gonna begin adding in our spices. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with all of the seasonings that you saw in the beginning of the video: the Creole seasoning, our Cajun seasoning, our ground sage, and black pepper. So you want to go ahead and take all of that in. I would definitely scale it back in the beginning so that you can add as you go. You don't want to add too many seasonings in the beginning, or a lot of seasoning in the beginning, and then you're upset with the taste. So I would just say, as it's cooking, definitely taste as you go. Let the spirit of our ancestors guide you. Use that as a guide. So like I said, we're just adding in all of the seasonings, and then we're gonna start bubbling away. It is recommended to cook at 30-minute increments because you wanna get a certain thickness as you cook. And you will see that as the video nears its end. So definitely cook in 30-minute increments and have it on medium-high heat. And as you go, as you get to a bubble, definitely turn it down to about a 2. Don't fret, you guys. Just be prepared to cook this meal between 3 to 5 hours. It can take long depending on different stoves. If you're doing this in a slow cooker, just understand that times may vary. Just be prepared. As long as it turns out great, you guys, that's all that matters for real. So now we've grabbed our andouille sausage, and what makes andouille such a great sausage to use in Cajun meals, New Orleans style meals, and different things like that is because it has so much seasoning in it. So I'm showing you guys all the seasoning infused in it. It's perfect for gumbo and different dishes like that. And so we're gonna be cutting this into about a 1/2 inch. And we're gonna cut this entire length. because we want to add all of these pieces of sausage into the mix because it does make a difference in terms of taste. You can definitely use smoked sausage and different things like that, but I do believe it may change the way that it'll taste. But that's just me, you guys. Feel free to use whatever sausage that you'd like. All right, so while our red beans are cooking away, we're gonna begin our cornbread, you guys. And this is box cornbread. Like, if you're like, girl, look, we doing box cornbread today, and if you want to try out this mix, here's how it's going to turn out if you're curious about it. I know most people use Jiffy, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted a more moist cornbread, you guys, and I thought this one was really cool, so I'm just going to be showing you guys for today's video. And so this is the honey butter cornbread, and I love that it's infused with honey, you guys, because I think that just makes it 10 times better. And so I'm just showing you guys that we're going to need a half a cup of milk, 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and then 1 egg. For this recipe, I'm going to be using 2 eggs, so don't mind me. But if you want to follow the recipe exactly, it does ask for just 1 egg. So I'm going to be showing you the full mix into this bowl today. So we're going to start off by adding the boxed mix into the bowl. Yes, the boxed mix, you guys. I thought this recipe was really interesting. And like I said, I've always used Jiffy, but I came across this in the store and I was like, oh, this look good. So we're going to be adding in the boxed mix, as you can see. And then next, we're going to be adding in our eggs. And then for this recipe, I'm using 2 eggs, you guys, but the recipe calls for 1, just as a reminder. And then we're gonna go in with our milk. This is a half a cup of milk. And then we're also gonna go in with our vanilla extract and then also our cinnamon. Like I said, these 2 ingredients are not required. And so we're going to keep it moving. We're going to start stirring with our whisk. You can use a blender, a spoon, whatever works for you. And then we're just going to go ahead and stir that consistency up and get it going. So this is what it looks like once it's all stirred together. As you can see, it's one clear liquidy consistency. And now we're going to go ahead and whatever dish you're using for this cornbread, you want to make sure that you're buttering it up. Like I said, I could use Pan, but I just think that it's better for the taste, and I think it just does a better job in terms of baking. That's just me. Let me know how you feel down below in the comment section. But I'm just going to butter the entire pan or plate, dish, whatever it's called. And then we're going to begin pouring it into our dish. So once I started pouring in the cornbread mix into the dish, y'all, I realized that I forgot to put the melted butter into the mix. Thank goodness I didn't put this in the oven just yet. I was like, hold on a second. So I'm pouring that in now, and I'm going to stir it all in like this never happens. But you make mistakes while you're cooking, and that's what makes cooking fun. It's just a bunch of trial and error. Like, who makes the rules? I don't. But yeah, so I'm just going to stir that in till it's blended all the way in before putting it into the oven. And as you can see, I was able to do it without really anybody noticing. But thank goodness I did not forget that. That would have ruined the entire thing. So for this box recipe, it says between 15 and 18 minutes on 375. And so this is what I had after 15 minutes. And I was just like, cool with it, but I wanted to make sure that the outer edges were a little bit more crispy, if you know what I mean. And so I put it in there for maybe like 5 more minutes, and this is what I ended up with, and I was very satisfied with it. And yeah, that's really it for the cornbread, y'all. It's not much to it but to do it. And now we're gonna get back into the red beans. Okay, so this is what I had after about 30 minutes. The key to red beans for me is to just make sure that you're going in every 30 minutes, stirring it, because you want to make sure it reaches a certain consistency. So every 30 minutes, and like I said, everyone's preference is different on how thick they want the consistency to be or how watery they want the red beans. Like I said, I don't know who eating watery red beans, but hey, I listen and I don't judge. So, like I said, after 30 minutes, you want to just every so often, as you can see here, it is beginning to thicken. This is another 30 minutes. That went by, and then after so often, if you want to add spices, make sure you're tasting it. And then here I'm adding in some hot sauce, and this is what gives it that spicy kick. And I wouldn't add too much because you don't want, everybody's different, y'all. Everybody can handle spicy, so don't be out here almost about to take people out. But you want to add a little bit. That's up to you. You don't have to add it at all. It won't really make much of a difference. It just gives it a little spicy kick. So now I'm gonna go back in with our seasoning. So our Creole, Cajun, sage, and black pepper seasonings. This is the stage where I add it back in. Like I said, I would taste as you go just to make sure that it's to your liking. And now we're just bubbling away. You want to make sure that you're cooking covered. And then now we're gonna go in with our andouille sausage, you guys. I hope you guys didn't think we forgot about that. This is a big part of the meal. And then now, as you can see, the consistency has thickened a lot. So this is about 2.5 hours later. As you can see, it's looking pretty good, you guys. We are nearly finished. And this is what you want to look for as you're nearing your end of the red beans. Everything's just thickening up. Everything's looking good. It's coming together. So as you can see here, this is about hour 3 and everything is looking really good. I got the consistency very thick. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it sit with the burner off for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you guys get to see the final results. Oh my God, you guys, look at the final result. Look at this. Like, this looks so delicious. Like, this looks like this will be in a New Orleans magazine. Like, what? This looks so good. And I did make sure to pair the red beans with some white rice. You're more than welcome to use brown rice. It's totally a preference. But you want to make sure to eat this with rice. It's not gonna be red beans and rice, y'all. It's gonna be just red beans. And then you want to make sure, if you were a photo person, you can garnish it with parsley if you wanted to know what the green stuff was on top. That is what I used. And then also, you guys, I wanted to show you, I made the fried chicken and then also our cornbread that we made, you guys. It is all coming together. What a great meal. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comment section. I'm excited to meet you guys there. And as always, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button up at the top. Also, too, don't forget to hit that notification bell at the bottom of this video, so every time I post a video, you will be the first to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.